Mira Santos has a board. Every detective worth anything has a board, physical, tangible, the kind you can stand in front of at 2 in the morning with cold coffee and stare until the connections announce themselves. Hers fills the entire east wall of her apartment in southeast Portland. Photographs pinned with colored thumbtacks. String in 3 colors, red for confirmed connections, yellow for coincidences that occur too often to be coincidences, blue for things she cannot yet explain. There is a lot of blue. She is 38 years old. 12 years on the force, the last for in homicide. She runs 5 miles before dawn and reads case files during dinner. 2 exes describe her identically: brilliant, impossible, unreachable. The department views her as an asset and a disruption simultaneously, which is precisely the position she prefers. She has closed 41 cases. She has never stopped thinking about the one she did not. The board started as a missing persons case. A 7-year-old named Lucas Ferreira who vanished from a park 2 years ago and was found 3 days later, alive and unharmed and deeply asleep in the doorway of a community center 6 miles from where he disappeared. He could not explain how he got there. The medical examiner found no injuries, no drugs, no signs of trauma. He was simply returned, as if whatever had taken him had reconsidered. Cases like that close as unexplained and drift into the bureaucratic tide. Mira did not let it drift. She pulled the thread. She found 7 other cases in the Pacific Northwest over 15 years. Children, all between 6 and 9. All vanished in circumstances involving water, rain, rivers, the ocean. All found within 72 hours, unharmed, in public spaces. All with the same quality of sleep, the same medical profile, the same inability to explain anything. And in each case, this is where the blue string began: someone had been nearby. Not at the scene. Not a suspect. Just nearby. A different person each time, yet the pattern of their proximity was too consistent for accident. Different names, ages, occupations. But something in their manner, documented in witness statements and surveillance footage, was the same in ways she lacked the vocabulary to describe. Still. That was the word she kept returning to. Each of them was unnaturally still. The most recent name on that list was Dr. Daniel Cole. She had not approached him yet. She watched first, 3 weeks from a car across the street, from the coffee shop on the corner, from a park bench on the days he walked home. He was exactly what he appeared to be: a quiet, attentive man who moved through the city as though he had mapped every inch of it. He donated to the food bank on the corner every Thursday. His patients uniformly described him as the best listener they had ever encountered. None of this made her less certain. She had learned early that the most dangerous lies were surrounded by truth on all sides. Whatever Daniel Cole was concealing, he had buried it deep. But Mira had spent 12 years discovering that everyone makes one mistake eventually. One moment where the performance lapses. One instant where what they are shows through what they pretend to be. She was waiting for that instant. She looked at the photograph pinned at the center of her board. Lucas Ferreira. Age 7, brown eyes, missing front tooth, smiling in the way children smile before they understand that the world requires them to perform their joy more carefully. He was fine now. Growing. Happy, by all appearances. Whatever had happened to him in those 3 lost days had left no damage she could measure. That made it stranger, not less. She added a new piece of string. Blue. From Daniel Cole's photograph to a date circled in red, the night Lucas Ferreira disappeared. Cole had been 4 blocks away. She had no evidence he had been involved. She had no evidence he hadn't. The board looked back at her. She drank her cold coffee. She had the feeling, particular, electrical, learned across 12 years, that whatever she was looking at, she was only seeing the outermost edge. That behind the board, behind the photographs, behind the city itself, something vast was in motion. She intended to find out what.